from Amy Just.
Hey, Taysom, now that you've watched the film from last week, what stands out to you that maybe wasn't immediately at the forefront of your mind coming off of that one?
Man, I felt like we played really well at every position. I felt like our line did a great job up front in the run game, the pass game, and man, especially early, we were really good on third down. So I was really happy with that. Certainly, there are some things that we could clean up as a whole. There were certain things that I could have done better. But overall, I thought we played pretty well.
Next question's from Doug Mouton.
Yeah, hey, Taysom, if Drew is ready to come back and play, and if your 3 games as a starting quarterback are done for now, are you okay with the tape that you put out there with what you were able to show?
Yeah, I mean, look, it is what it is. So the tape doesn't lie. I felt like overall I was happy with what we did. And at the end of the day, the statistic that you care about is wins and losses, and we won 3 games. And so overall, I was really happy about that. And I feel like as a quarterback early in his career, certainly early in my career starting and everything else, I felt like managing and handling that overall I was really happy with, knowing that there are a lot of places that I could get better, but it's nice knowing that we were winning football games and still feeling like you could get better.
Next question from Amos Morrow.
Yeah, Taysom, looked it up. I think you're completing like 85% of your passes on third down. What about, what has allowed you, or what have you been focusing on to kind of have that success?
Well, Coach talks all the time, third down's the money down. We got to be good on third down, keep drives alive. We got to, be good on third down so we score touchdowns and not kick field goals. So that's been an area of emphasis throughout the season. And I would say that as we, step into tomorrow as our third down day, there's been a big emphasis on that, making sure that as a quarterback I'm comfortable with what we're trying to do. My reads and my thought process, each individual play is clean, and they've done a really good job about that. To where as I get the call on third down, I know exactly what my thought process is, and so part of it is coaches have done a great job, and then it's nice when you have guys like Mike and Emmanuel and Alvin and Jared to get the ball to.
Next one's from Amy Just.
Christopher Donalds actually had the next question.
Thanks, Amy. So, Taysom, you've been a part of now a team that's won 3 different NFC South titles. So I was curious what this locker room looks like, how you think this group of guys is doing, and how it compares to some of the teams you've been on in the past.
Yeah, good question. I think the nice thing, at least since I've been here, is obviously my 4th year, the leadership has really not changed. As you look at some of the captains that we've had, obviously Drew's been a consistent captain. Teron's been consistent over the last couple of years. And then defensively, Cam has been consistent. DeMario's been consistent. And so I think the leadership has set the expectation. The expectation is to win football games. This is an organization where we win football games. And Coach talked about it today, that as we step onto the facility, onto the grounds, day one training camp, the number one goal is, and the first goal is to win the division. We certainly have goals that reach higher than that, but that's the expectation, and I think having consistent leadership has been really big.
Next one's from John Basager.
Did Amy get hers?
I did not. We're all out of order now. Sorry for trying to keep things in order.
I'll go right behind Amy.
Taysom, what goes into working on ball security? Is it carrying a football around all the time? Is it carrying your son around more? Is it a combination of a bunch of things? Just working on that, outside of live game reps.
Yeah, look, I think that there are mechanics that you can address, certainly, of pressure points and how you hold the ball. And then I think overall, I think as you study film, you can see where there are weak points, where someone might target you, whether it's a top-down tackle or something else. So I think it's understanding where the weak point is as you're a ball carrier, and then working on that. And from a practice standpoint, there are drills that we can do that we'll work on.
Go ahead, JD.
Taysom, apologies if you were asked this already. I'm a little bit late, but Doug Peterson said that they looked at tape of you when they were trying to find things for Jalen Hurts to do. Do you see any parallels there between yourself and him? And the second thing is, if you could just comment on the way the Saints or the organization team has been able to handle all the different things that have kind of come you guys' way this year, whether it be missing starters or COVID or those kind of things.
Yeah, look, I obviously watched Jalen play in college. Really impressed with what he was able to accomplish, and at the different places that he played at. He's a proven winner, and he showed that at the college level. And he's athletic. I know he's strong. So I think that there are some parallels, certainly from my game to his, and I've been impressed with him as a player. And then as far as what we've been able to overcome this year, again, I think the leadership in this locker room, starting with Mickey as the GM, and then Coach Peyton, and the philosophy is like, man, the show must go on, and they've done a really nice job of making sure that everyone's prepared, not just the starters. And then I think the leadership has put a high expectation that if you're not an every down guy, you got to make sure that you are ready to step into that role if your opportunity calls, and that's the expectation around here.
Last one from Nick Underhill.
Taysom, do you feel like you're still kind of learning the receivers as far as like the timing and reading the body language and stuff like that? Is that something that's gotten better each week as you've played more?
Yeah, I would say it's certainly gotten better. I would say, you're limited in the live reps you get, week 12, 13 of the regular season. And so it really is a hard thing to make sure that everything is on point. I would say as I go through training camp, as I work with Drew, I do everything I can to marry my footwork up to Drew's, so I can step in and the timing, everything is still there, and that doesn't change. So it's certainly something that I'm continuing to work on, but I've tried to prepare myself, not having reps with a lot of these guys, that my footwork marries Drew's, so everything times up the same with those guys. And I think that so far it's made for a smooth transition.
Thank you, Taysom. We're all
Thanks,
set.
guys.